Can you talk about the two central characters players will be interacting with?
Well, you mean the character you play,
Yes.
Booker DeWitt? So you play a character named Booker DeWitt, who is a former Pinkerton agent. He's a former, I mean, he's the sort of an undercover agent of his time, strike breaker. He'd be the guy busting heads at at the strike at U.S. Steel in 1900, and he proved to be even a little bit of a too rough a character for the Pinkertons, and he's sort of when we meet him, when the player becomes him, he's sort of in debt, not doing so well, and he gets basically an offer he can't refuse from somebody he owes money to go to Colombia, find this woman Elizabeth, and bring her back to New York. He gets into it not realizing what he's getting into when he takes this job on. And Elizabeth, who's your companion in this game, is a woman who was put in this essentially in this almost like a Rapunzel story. She was put in this tower when she was just a little girl, and she doesn't know why. And she's in isolation up there, except for this large creature called the songbird. This huge, 30-foot tall, almost like bird-like creature. That's her only friend, her only guardian, and her jailer as well. And so when Booker busts her out of this tower, she's about 20 now, and her first reaction is she's been looking out the window of this world her whole life. She just wants to go and explore it, and she's so excited. And then she doesn't realize what kind of world Columbia is when she's busted out. And it turns out she's got this incredible suite of powers that she wasn't even aware that she had. And she becomes the center of this conflict that's tearing apart the city of Columbia.
Can you talk about the unique way that she interacts with the player as you go through the game?
Well, she sort of has two big roles in the game. One is that she's a narrative partner for you to go through the game. She's the Hitchcock would call her like the MacGuffin, in the sense that she's the one that the various factions are pursuing in this game. She's the entity that everyone wants a piece of. So, she also has the way her powers interact with the world is basically you come across these things called tears in the world, and when you see these tears, they're basically things that could exist in your world but don't.